Yo, 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 what's up? What's the deal? Okay, so this is me again, another day in the life. And what can I say? About a couple days ago, just want to update you guys on a couple things, right? It wasn't yesterday, was it? I think it was actually a couple days ago that I recorded a video, I think. But I don't know. But anyways, a couple days ago, I actually did a little workout challenge for my own personal, my own challenging myself pretty much. Calisthenics challenge. And when I say calisthenics, I'm not talking about like all of the, the nice little moves that people do, the advanced moves and all that. At a point, I was decent at a few of them, right? That was probably 2023. That was the peak of my fitness, perhaps, right? Like, I was in the gym all the time, like 2023. Like, the end of 2023 I was probably at my peak fitness, because I was in the gym from the beginning of 2023 till the end of it, and like pretty consistently. I was still good in 2024 and all that, but I ended up losing my gym membership, and slowly I got out of shape, slowly. So now it's 2026, so I'm not exactly at that place I used to be, but, anyways, at those times I was able to do a lot more, but here I am, 2026, back on that track, and I've figured the best way, finally, is to just challenge myself to workouts that are, pretty much body weight related at this time, calisthenics. But yeah, no fancy things these days, just pull-ups, dips, squats, for now. Some push-ups too, like, I prefer decline push-ups. But eventually, I am going to go back into weighted pull-ups, weighted dips. When I get myself some cash, then I might depends. I may get a job before I wait on, this government assistance money or whatever, because I'm starting to get really impatient, and I'm just hoping that I can talk to my case manager and see if I can get some assistance to get my guard card for security work, right? And I just need some goddamn money. I gotta get on my fitness level. I need to get my diet up better, more nutrition, because back in the days, like 2023, I'll get into the point shortly, but back in 2023, my diet was a lot better. I was eating eggs, like, constantly, and eggs were like one of my favorite things to eat, and I would eat about 6 of those almost every day. And they say, eggs are really vitamin rich, really rich in vitamins. So obviously I'm not eating that anymore, because at the moment I've been in this freaking shelter, so I've been forcing myself to perform while basically not really fed all the way like that, But anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, a couple days ago, I decided to challenge myself, do some dips, some pull-ups, and some squats to see how many I could do in 30 minutes, right? And so it was basically, I was reaching a number. My numbers were to try to be 100 per exercise, right? 100 dips, 100 pull-ups, and 100 squats. I was able to go over the number, but not by far. The highest I was able to go with was my dips, right? I guess the dips for me were a lot easier than the pull-ups because I've been doing them more consistently compared to the other exercises, right? Squats, the only reason why I wasn't able to do more, uh, well, I don't really know, because 100 squats isn't really much. Like some people can do a lot of those in one go, right? But the thing is, I did my pull-ups and my dips first, right? So I reached my pull-ups and my dips once I got to around 120 dips, and about 95 pull-ups, something like that, around there. I started doing my sit-ups. Excuse me, my squats. And so my body was pretty much fatigued, and I was like, I have to get these squats in, right? So I started doing the squats. But anyways, was I proud of the numbers? Not real. In a way I was, because it did feel like something to me at my current state, my current condition. That was me pushing myself, right? But comparing myself to the past, it's like, okay, I'm not as I once was, right? But at the end of the day, that felt really good to me to do that challenge and complete it, to go over the numbers by a few, right? Not just 100 each. The time limit was 30. That's kind of, I know I would want to really become close to elite, if not. The only reason I know I could get there, for sure I could get to where, a 150 each, perhaps, right? It's just, it's going to take a little bit. The thing is, it depends. If I get a job, if I get the security job in the location that I want, it'll be perfect, actually, because it's actually located next to a set of dips and pull-up bar. So on my break time, which I get an hour break, so that's pretty perfect for me, right? I could just go down there and do that workout. So that's what I'm hoping for. If I don't get that position, then I'm pretty much going to be, having to change my whole, little mission or whatever, a little bit, so that way I don't try to complete something that doesn't make sense, because there's a lot of things you have to take into account, like your energy and expenditure and everything. You don't know what kind of work you'll get. Like if I get a warehouse job, then I'm most likely going to be spending all my energy in the warehouse, because I love to be physically active. When I'm on the warehouse work, I push myself, it's just a natural thing. I just love to keep going and going and going. And then I make that job my exercise, right? And of course, I've learned over the years how to pace myself better, because when you're young, you fucking push yourself like crazy. But, here at 31 years old now, I'm not old, but I'm not as, that young. But anyways, guys, I know that those numbers aren't much. I know that there's people out there that could do a lot more, and I want to get up there, like I said. And if you could do more than that, then congratulations, man. That's amazing. I'm coming for you, though, man. I'm coming for you. But yeah. So I want to let you guys know that I'm here. I'm pushing forward. I feel great today. Yesterday was much more of a rest day. I still walked a lot, and I still actually did some dips as well, did some pull-ups, but it was more so active recovery, because we all know, if anybody who works out knows, or you should know at least, that you actually recover faster by, doing a lighter version of the workouts that you were doing, that you've been doing. So yeah, yesterday I actually did do some workouts, did some pull-ups, did some dips, did some squats a little bit. Well, not really squats actually, because even though 100 squats isn't really a lot, right? I'm always walking, using my scooter as well, stuff like that. So, and the fact that I did the squats like near the end, right? That kind of killed my legs. So yesterday I felt my legs sore. Everything was sore. My arms are sore, my chest is sore. And this reminds me a lot of back in 2023 when I first started doing these exercises, when I decided to, do a similar challenge. I think I wanted to do 200 pull-ups, but I wasn't timing myself. So I just wanted to hit the number. That's it. There's no time limit. And that's how I got started. So I guess that's how I work best, is give myself some number or something, time limit as well. If I give myself a time limit, it has to be realistic, because I have to be able to achieve it, right? But yeah, like back then when I first started, I was doing pull-ups. I believe I was doing 3, sets of 3. That's it, just 3 pull-ups. And actually, I was doing 3 sets of chin-ups, I think, right? I'm thinking back to it. No, I was doing chin-ups, and then I decided to start doing pull-ups, and I was doing like 3, I'm not really sure, but it was like 3 pull-ups every set. 3 pull-ups or 3 chin-ups, whatever, one of those every set. And then every now and then, maybe I'd rest a little longer, so I'd do like 4 or 5 or something like that if I could. Then I'll just go back to 3 and stuff like that till I reach 200. So yeah, guys, here I am, doing my best out here to stay productive and fight the weakness inside of me, right? And I hope you guys are doing the same thing, and hope you guys can, find out a similar challenge, something that challenges yourself, right? So yeah, I guess that's it, man. I just wanted to update you guys on what's up, like where I am and what I've been doing recently. So today I feel great, I'm getting some sunlight right now, direct sunlight. Sunlight is good for you, right? Some days you really just have to, like I said, take it one step at a time. Don't get too ambitious, relax. Today I might just actually not do any exercises, no pull-ups, nothing, exercise, yeah, still walking a lot. I still walked a lot today, rode my scooter a bit. But, I want to give my muscles a really, some real good time to actually recover, because the next challenge for me I want to do is to see, my max number on pull-ups and dips in the first on one set, right? So that's all I want to do. That's the priority for me for next workout, is my max dips and pull-ups, and together. And that's actually, max dips, pull-ups, and squats. I just want to do each exercise for one set, see what I can do. And then after I do that, back to resting and all that, right? And after I rest and recover, because like I said in my other video, I want to make sure that I'm an actual functioning machine, and I don't want to just push myself to the point where now I'm just a broken down machine. What's the point of that to me? I don't see the point of that, if, like I said, if I have to defend myself or somebody else, I want to be able to do that to the max, best of my ability. And if I have to, whatever the case may be, just want to be a functioning machine, and that's it. And yes, I'm gonna go back to resting, and then I'm gonna go back to the challenge that I did, that I just told you about that I did, right? And I'm gonna try to beat the record that I had. And yeah, so yeah, guys, I'm getting some sunlight. Feels great. But all right, man, y'all, peace. Have a great day. Peace.